This is Retirement News Online. I'm Scott Drake. The term fiduciary isn't something that we typically use every day, but when it comes to financial management, it's very, very important. In fact, if you have someone managing your assets as a financial advisor, they should be acting as your fiduciary. My guest is Patrick Lynch with Patrick Lynch Financial in El Cajon, California and Westminster, Colorado. Patrick, good to see you. Welcome. I guess let's just begin by explaining what exactly fiduciary means.
You know, fiduciary is very important. Fiduciary means that a fiduciary must act in your best interest. Whatever problem-solving things are going to happen, they have to be in your best interest. Extremely important, particularly as compared to a commission-based salesperson.
So then, Patrick, in your opinion, why is it important to work with a fiduciary?
You know, working with a fiduciary has all the tools available, all the different strategies, all the different products and things that are going to be able to help the client. And remember that the client's interest is number one. It's not the person sitting across the table from you.
Recently, a piece of legislation was passed called the Department of Labor Fiduciary Rule. Can you talk about what that means?
Well, Scott, that's a great question. The Department of Labor ruling is the biggest change in the retirement industry since 1975, since ERISA. It is going to change the way that people do their retirement planning. It will mean that retirement planners have to act in a fiduciary capacity, in other words, in the client's best interest, not in their best interest. It's a big change.
Well, Patrick, finally, how can you find a fiduciary that you can trust?
You know, a couple of questions there. The first one is one way to do it is you can go to FINRA, www.finra.org, and do a broker check. Type in the person's name. You can find out what type of licenses that person holds, how long they've held those licenses, have they ever had any complaints lodged against them, and were they satisfied. That's one way to do it. The other thing to do is to ask existing clients, ask friends, ask business associates. Find out what type of a mettle of the person is that you're dealing with, because this is important stuff.
Great, Patrick. Thanks again.
Thank you, Scott.
My guest has been Patrick Lynch with Patrick Lynch Financial in El Cajon, California and Westminster, Colorado, and this is Retirement News Online.